thank you so much again. And thank you for attending this meeting where we would like to discuss Era Hub concept, how we are looking on this model, and on the basis of some use cases as good practices, we will show some success factors or recommendation we are considering that as base for Era Hub model. So first, let me introduce a little bit myself. I'm Radoslav Delina, a Chief Scientific Officer at Technical University of Košice for Ulysses Alliance, and I'm also a researcher in the field of data and AI-driven supply management. So briefly, we will focus on how we are looking at Era Hub concept. I will present some framework of Ulysses innovation hubs and living labs. I will explain some potential for discrepancy reduction, and finally I will present the use cases and several lessons learned and recommendations based on our experience. So when we started to think about the Era Hub as model presented by European Commission, we found that it's quite a vague concept with no formal framework or requirements. Also, when you are looking at Era policy and several development strategic documents or workshops in this field, we see a clear picture of the role Era Hub should play in the European research area. And we decided that it's quite simply to contribute to the Era priorities stated by Era policy. And on the slide, you see our decomposition of important objectives, factors, or measures of Era policy. When you are thinking about all these features, we see that the target is to bring higher societal impact through higher quality in science, innovation, and education, what is quite cliche. But when we are looking at these, let's say, metrics, we see a meta view where we are looking for synergic effects across different measures or objectives. And that is our view how to develop efficient Era Hub model. It means to search for measures and solutions utilizing synergic effects between different areas and deployed it in international R&I ecosystem as Ulysses Alliance provides. Within Ulysses, each partner has already developed or applied different successful solutions for specific measures, and we try to build on these successes to share them and enhance them in international synergistic way, where local innovation hubs or European research area hubs are cooperating and creating global European research area hub ecosystem. Here we are already using terms like innovation hubs and Era hubs, and as we see innovation hubs as crucial structure in all this effort, and we see them as connectors between other local hubs within international ecosystem like Ulysses and supporting global communication and cooperation. Innovation hubs has its own currently still simple structure as, for example, innovation hub manager, chief scientific officer, and steering committee consisted from members of international organizations, especially from Ulysses partners and relevant stakeholders. And each local innovation hub is dedicated to one specific research and innovation domain, but with contribution and cooperation with other hubs in multidisciplinary way. Also, it's important to realize that there is high diversity between local innovation hubs, as each innovation hub is on different readiness level, accepting, of course, its local specifics and motivations, but synergically cooperating in global context to support evolution of international Ulysses research and innovation system and joint objectives or KPIs stated within Ulysses governance model. So now when we are seeing this Ulysses Era Hub model, we are talking about innovation hubs and its transformation to Era Hub. And we see a crucial role of living labs, which are cornerstones of not only research and innovation uptake, but also, as we will say later on example, the synergy connector between research and innovation and also educational environment. Through co-creation approaches, which is crucial for living lab concept, the main and most common model is based on vertical research and innovation area focus. For example, our innovation hub on Technical University of Košice is focused on digital transformation for industry. So Innovation Hub through Living Labs then is developing community of stakeholders as shared value for all Living Labs within local Innovation Hub and also for international innovation ecosystem. As we are living in digital world, we know that the time when all about the money is transformed to all about the data. So one specific feature of all Living Labs, and here also in Innovation Hub, is collecting data into some interoperable and shareable data warehouse to increase value of data, to share data, and to share research and innovation infrastructure. Based on that, we realized that several vertical focuses of these Living Labs are very useful and very easily transferable also into the horizontal solutions, supporting internal processes, challenges of whole use research and innovation ecosystem. One example related to the translation of research and innovation results into the economy and research and innovation networking as horizontal services of one Living Lab will be presented later. On the other hand, all these Living Lab features like co-creation, cooperation with or collaboration with stakeholders, community, application of latest AI and data technologies for higher impact, they call for synergy with educational activities, as we need students prepared for this. We need students to be prepared for this new research and innovation world, research and innovation driven world. We need continually to train also our researchers to improve their competencies, skills, and awareness of newest technologies and approaches to bring additional and sustainable value to the Living Labs activities. That's why the crucial point of our model is to integrate this synergistic way of research and innovation with education, incorporating Living Labs activities into the education and vice versa, to integrate educational environment into the Living Lab. It will provide really great benefits for students, where you are able to increase their knowledge on latest achievements, but also use their creativity in this co-creative way, where in the cooperation with students, researchers, and stakeholders, you can use students for problem-solving projects with potential of discovering new way of solution assessed by directly end-user community, and support them by Innovation Hub, also in the way or in startup creation support and relevant management processes. Here I forgot to say that Innovation Hub should have also the role of bringing different innovation-related support services as cooperation with startup centers to deploy innovation into the market. As we said, all innovation hubs are on different level of readiness, but each of us each of them is they're strong or has different successful solutions in different areas. We have to share that and we have to use this potential. Here's the place also to contribute to the discrepancy reduction between regions, between innovation hubs, between local environments, by sharing best practices and really enhance local solutions from different local innovation hubs to global challenges, and vice versa. Use global solution for local challenges. Also, it's important to be able to identify these best local practices, for example, from Living Labs or from administrative environment, or to build solutions for increased visibility of innovation hubs practices, research and innovation results, and its quality from all regions and local environment. It's common that it's really to increase this visibility of these best practices and knowledge, because it's common that we don't even know what a colleague at the same university is working on, how to know then what is doing someone on the other side of Europe. That's why I see a very crucial point to improve visibility of research and innovation, visibility of results, researchers, their quality, or visibility of their success. Only through increased visibility, you are able to share information about you with other partners and to discuss test or enhance local solutions to other environments and improve global convergence for local environment, or transfer these best practices and utilize the diversity to our benefits. what is important to what is important to mention is the transformation to Era Hub is really continual process. What should be core principle of Era Hub feature? Era policy opens so many areas where we have to improve ourselves, and creativity of Iluseo's international community opens so many possibilities to find new ways of doing things better. So to explain our approach, we would like to present specific living lab from Technical University of Košice as an example of synergistic approach combining living lab vertical, but also horizontal innovation focus is education enhanced by internationalization, which is key within Iluseo's, resulted to the startup established and supported under TUCA Startup Center with global vertical, but also horizontal focus. So first, some short background information. The Living Lab was established a few years ago. First, this place, as a place to develop data science on transactional data from real procurement or supply management processes in commercial and public sector. Honestly, at the beginning, it was mainly about the vision of vision holder and the need to publish something, that story. Also, to be able to establish this living lab, it was needed to start building strong end user community. The starting point for such a stakeholder community creation was communication with related business software provider with hundreds of clients, large companies in Central Europe, where scientific results, but mainly potential and visions for their future development were presented. Then one of the most important things what happened, the platform for procurement professional networking was established by this provider, but the most significant directors, procurement directors recognized as procurement gurus here in Central Europe were invited to this platform. On the first meeting, the vision holder of this living lab was invited to explain some visions with the potential of disruptive change in their procurement processes. And after this successful presentation, really close cooperation with these managers began, and possible innovation were discussed, leading to starting co-creation processes within this living lab. These people were really not only co-creators, but they were also evangelists of these innovative shifts to other procurement managers, especially those with a lower level of digitalization. And this is very important and changed everything. They started to test different innovations and share their positive attitude to this change. And it was all about the data. So as it required a lot of data aggregation, real data from real processes, we had to also develop the data warehouse with data from this real environment, and to collect also real problems and challenges based on discussion with this end user community. And then we shared research and innovation infrastructure, which was provided to integrate real procurement softwares, and provided also testbed environment for testing purposes, testing of developed innovation. From this point, startup company with business model was agreed, and the living lab, I forgot to say that it was called Transactional Data Living Lab for AI-driven supply management. And this living lab started to be recognized in professional community for the AI and data expertise for procurement digital transformation. So that was the starting point, really, the creation environment with stakeholders and this research and innovation infrastructure to build some innovations. From that stage, this living lab required better support for the research and innovation processes, innovation support. But on the other hand, we realized also that we can share also our infrastructure, data, and knowledge with other living labs, policy decision makers, or with educational environment or processes on our or with external universities. What was the starting point to the transformation process to new model with synergic effects relevant to this approach? So for this transformation, there was a need for following improvements.
First, for example, to increase internationalization, to improve science quality. We needed some support for our researchers of this living lab, to improve their competencies, their skills, to enhance our research infrastructure, to share this infrastructure in both directions. We are sharing with someone, and we need to share some external infrastructure. And then also we needed to start to think about some enhanced revenue model for assuring sustainability of this living lab and this research and innovation environment. So now I will explain this process more in detail. When creating living lab, there is only vision holder needed who is not only be able to publish papers, but who has strategic or breakthrough visions attractive for potential end users. Then support of fuel cells structures came to the place. As our living lab is focused on data, including sensitive data, the innovation hub as fuel cells organization structure, together in cooperation with their internal structures like startup centers, identify the importance of data access agreement, where several consultancies, training, and legal support were provided. These data access rules are necessary for research and innovation internationalization, and we will talk it later, but also for educational purposes, because students are working with sensitive data from real environment. And you have to provide this agreement or this principle on hierarchical approach. If someone will be interested, we can touch it at the end of the presentation. We can talk more about this rules, how to access to and manipulate the data in wide community of students, researchers, and so on in international environment. So this support helped to enhance research team with real rules. In cooperation with stakeholders, we identified also that to improve knowledge of students and practitioners from the companies, it's needed to prepare these students to this new world of digitalization and innovative solution, but with the emphasis on data-driven problem solving. And here, first transformation to educational living lab started. And this transformation is really very interesting with significant potential impact on university students, researchers, innovators, and companies. Briefly, we shared our research infrastructure and data, also sensitive data, with students within two subjects. I will explain only one of them. These data were shared for the semestral teamworks for projects, where students had to decide what problem one they solve using this data. And these problems or challenges were set up or proposed by researchers of this living lab, or directly by end users, by stakeholder community. It means the problem identification is based now on real problems and possible solutions for the processes of end users organizations where real impact is expected by them. During the semester, students are learning new data science methods in line with basic domain knowledge, which are presenting and teach also by professionals from the practice. They can consult their problem solving, their projects with living lab researchers or members, or directly with this end users community, directly with these procurement managers. And the motivation is to come to bring such a solution which will be assessed by end user and generate interest to test the solution in a real environment and to bring real impact. This is the approach where not only researchers within living lab, but also end users are able to test it, deploy it for their real problems, and assess the real impact with the possibility, and that's is important, to agree some further cooperation between end user and the students team for also to find new joint business models or some support in creation of student startups, where also again innovation hub with this internal organization structure can help. By this integration with educational Living Lab then can better prepare students to be employed in end-user organizations or related software providers for the win-win situation. One of the interesting area of transformation processes in the educational activities is enhancing students' teams and this training into the international academic environment, supporting to work in multicultural and interdisciplinary teams. Students, they can solve the problem better when the cooperation of problem solving is from different fields of study, for example, combining economics, informatics, and sociology, and so on. On the other hand, also researchers can also benefit from this integrated internationalized educational environment around the Living Lab, like, for example, open classes, specialized trainings, and so on, delivered by other innovation hubs within Ulysses environment, and also through mobilities across Ulysses research centers and universities. Innovation Hub plays here a really crucial role in whole Ulysses ecosystem. It's really supporting infrastructure. But regarding internationalization of research activities of Living Labs or related research groups, each innovation hub of each partner has internal processes supporting research and innovation. This internationalization is based on agreed internal rules of each innovation hub in the local environment. For example, in Tuke ecosystem, Innovation Hub together with its steering committee, where members are also from international Ulysses partners and stakeholders from the world of practice, are then supporting vision holder of research group or Living Lab by searching a suitable and interested researchers from other universities or searching suitable stakeholders or end users to be integrated into this new established international research group or Living Lab. This support goes also behind this activity. Ulysses structures can help to establish international research groups to achieve higher visibility, for example, to support project proposal preparation to Horizon Europe or other program calls, to share Ulysses open repositories or research infrastructure with this research group, to help with identification of additional international stakeholders or other benefits. Vision holder is then managing this international research group around his Living Lab, working together in international environment or enhancing data warehouses on interesting research or innovation problems with potential not only to publish or submit project proposal, but also to create international startup company with global impact. So the vision holder then must monitor not only their own goals, but also align them with strategic interest of their local innovation hub, local university, but as well as alignment with the interest of the entire Ulysses ecosystem and to report KPIs to these local innovation hub officers. This internationalization is bringing really new added value to enhancement of methodologies, new creative ways of problem solving, additional support of international Ulysses structures. Also, it can bring additional horizontal or spillover effects. In this example, it was about realizing the potential of curriculum knowledge using for Ulysses benefits, especially in translating or transferring research and innovation results of Ulysses partners into the companies which want to procure products and services with innovative value added, as well as, for example, in developing something like internal tool, AI tool, we call it research and innovation sourcing or networking tool, which will be explained later. So that's an example only how this vertical focus of Living Lab you can transform to horizontal solutions to improve and to help Ulysses or any other research and innovation, international research and innovation ecosystem. Together, this procurement of innovation approach, which we are developing, can increase also independence on public funding and can bring additional private investments in different models. Because really, there are so many different business models how to set up this cooperation with companies. And again, we can talk it in discussion. behind these practices, there are several crucial success factors, especially for internationalization of researchers and women labs in co-creative environment. First, to be able to support internationalization of research groups, there is a call for higher visibility of researchers and their results. This visibility can be achieved by different ways, where Ulysses, for example, is implementing different strategies, but it seems that the combination of all of them is the most efficient way. These strategies include, for example, research profiling through a questionnaire survey within the Ulysses ecosystem, then innovation hub service support, which was explained in previous slide, then AI-driven research and innovation networking tool, or an interesting Ulysses research and innovation social network called Match for Cop, based on Twitter principle, where, for example, researchers can follow another researcher and his research progress or results. According to our experiences, there are different strong and weak features of each of these mentioned methods. That's why the combination and involvement of innovation hub officers is a key to provide trusted communication and networking. Another crucial point is how local innovation hub is structured can help to internationalize research group and how research group is managed in international environment. We have found the composition of steering committee is not so easy, as you need to select members from other innovation hubs or universities to help your local innovation hub, and related research groups mainly focused on research and innovation domain of local innovation hub. It means you have to decide on balance between international experts from that domain related to the domain of local innovation hub against experts from complementary research and innovation domains, where some synergy can bring really significant benefits. For example, experts from digital transformation together with experts from circular economy or social economy can significantly change the way how the data-driven service and procurement will look like and what impact will it have. So we really have to have some balance, multidisciplinary or interdisciplinary balance within the steering group. So this balance is the key and is sensitive to the distribution of domain areas in our international research and innovation ecosystem. The same problem relates to the selection of members from stakeholder community, because again, you need a person with quite wide research and innovation focus for different domains of application. In steering committee as well as in research group, synergic multidisciplinarity is really the key success factor. As we said, internationalization of research groups or related living labs faces also several risks, resulting from, let's say, low trust in cooperation with unknown people. It's the same problem in business cooperation platforms or marketplaces, where you have a low trust as you don't know your partner, and you would like to find someone whom you would like or you will be able to trust to him. So this research and innovation ecosystem is similar, because here very interesting ideas are sharing. So trust is crucial to build. That's why we recommend to develop own approaches to code of conduct deployment for each international research group, ideally with the provision of specialized online dispute resolution services, possibly conducted by other living labs from sociology or other related domains. But there are really, it's necessary to build something like trust building mechanism infrastructure services to increase trust and to stimulate idea sharing and joint innovative cooperation. So on this slide, I would like to present this result from horizontal research action of transactional data living lab, where knowledge about procurement of innovation and new technology for long language models utilization were applied to help researchers from one innovation hub or university to identify researchers from other universities with the potential for the research cooperation. This result is now being deployed in open repository of Ulysses Alliance, and will serve not only to researchers, but we see the potential also to serve to Innovation Hub officers, where shortly said, they can open much more trusted communication with identified researchers from international organization than researchers itself. Together, it can be used by also governance structure for monitoring the international research progress and so on. Basis for this AI-driven service are data collected from different sources. First prototype was based only on abstracts from open publishing repositories where similarity in research problems were measured by AI model and presented as a search engine for this research and innovation sourcing tool. In this context, you can find researchers, their studies with similar problems solved, but on the base of specific type of similarity, you can find also researchers potentially enhancing your research, for example, by new methodology or complementary domain application. The tool is able to find papers, authors, their institutions, and visualize scientific network or visualize some statistics or trends, gaps, or other KPIs. This service not only increases visibility between researchers, but it can be enhanced also for stakeholders from commercial or public sector, searching for research teams, able to develop some innovation based on the request. And enhancements of data behind the tool is based on enriching data warehouse also by other data. For example, for full papers, repositories, project proposal repositories, project websites with related deliverables, hiding these results of research and innovation, or with internal repositories of your service partners like questionnaires, internal databases of projects, and so on. And then we see that it will create amazing opportunity also to integrate this result into the world of practice through higher visibility of research results and potential of researchers to solve their real problems through increased trust to research team by providing, for example, reputational metrics, and identify also hidden innovation on different technological readiness levels for different categories of procured innovation, like, for example, strategic innovation, operational innovation, and so on. On the end, this is a short summarization of some lessons learned and recommendation, where really you should build on existing success stories to find the potential how to share and enhance practices between different diverse local ecosystems, where Innovation Hub can be a connector of local to the global. Yeah. Then to increase visibility of your research and innovation ecosystem is crucial, and to use latest achievements in digital technology are very efficient to improve the efficiency of integral processes. But as we found, it's also important and very important to involve and gain commitment of the university management, yeah, because it's very, very important to be on the board. Together, we said that one of the key aspects is really this internationalization and using living labs not only for internal but also for horizontal ecosystem development. Yeah. And this integrating research and innovation with education and integrating also stakeholders community into this education or research and innovation driven education can bring really valuable synergy. So briefly, ERA Hub should build a synergy within research, innovation, and higher education environment in international context between innovation-driven structures, incubators, different types of education, and so on, but with the main aim to improve translation of research and innovation results into the economy and society. And again, I will repeat, ERAHub is not the final stage. It's a continual process, and we shall collaborate on that. So thank you very much. And I will add that the collaboration should be not only within one alliance, but I would like to stimulate the cooperation between alliances. So if you have some questions, or if you would have time to read the guideline from this link more in details, we will be really happy if you will contact us, and we can start some better cooperation and change the world. So thank you very much. And please, if you have some questions.
Thank you very much, Rado. Excellent presentation indeed. Thanks a lot. It's really great how you capture the complexity of our network of universities, and of course the central role that the innovation hubs have. It's not just a matter of how we work with our mother universities, but also a matter of how we interact among ourselves, the 8 partners, and last but not least, the way we interact with our respective regional communities. So we already see these 3 levels of complexity that we are dealing with in our partnership, and all the aspects that you have so nicely pointed out in terms of combining research and education and innovation in order to foster this transformative process is really very, very interesting. We do have questions for you. Well, how else? This couldn't have been left without questions. So a first question sounds like this. How does the Living Lab structure presented earlier in the slides take form in terms of human resources? This comes from Riccardo Notarangelo.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the question. Living labs are internal structures, and it's around or building by vision holder, and which is responsible to building his own research team. So mainly it's consisted from colleagues of this vision holder, but many times we see that there is some lack of additional competencies. So we have to also to find some external cooperation or external human capacities, and then the problem is how we are able to finance them. Sometimes we are able to find people who are really interesting in cooperation with no salary, but with promise that if they will be really successful to develop some innovation with us, we will set up something like joint startup center. So it's different type of how you are able to find some people to collaborate. On the other hand, research now is mainly about public funding. So you have to find projects and funding, how to pay the researchers in your team. But many times, if your research is really good and is interconnected with the stakeholder community, we have good examples also where the stakeholder community and end user are able partially to finance your people. On the other hand, part of this research team is consistent by PhD students as potential researchers. Not potential, they are researchers. And that's why this integration with education is important, because in that case and in this moment, you are building motivation for students to come to PhD and to join this research team within this Living Lab. So again, we are enhancing this research team by this way.
Yes, thank you very much. Rado, I have a question that actually stems from our own experience with the Living Lab that we are trying to build here at the University of Seville. And that regards the physical, concentrated versus distributed location of such a Living Lab. We have several research groups that expressed interest to work with us in Ulysseus and work towards new research projects, new research activities, innovation activities related to the 3 areas of the Innovation Hub in Seville, which is energy, transport, mobility, and smart cities. But each of these 8 groups, and probably more in the near future, have their own research labs, have their own research equipment, facilities, and so on. We are planning to move them to work in a new building with us, and some of them are already making plans for this relocation. But how does that impact on the Living Lab own proper activities? Does it mean that we should have a Living Lab located, physically located in one place, or can it be spread across the campus and we use the name of Living Lab as a sort of umbrella for this testing, prototyping, experimental activities that we carry out within the Innovation Hub? So what is your experience? Concentrated versus distributed, physical versus virtual? How did you deal with that?
Yeah, so my experience is that, it depends on the research problem, because sometimes you really need physical laboratories and equipment to be used by this research team. In that case, it will be more efficient to have everything in one building, in one place. But also such teams or living labs, as well as other living labs working with data and data services and data-related innovation, they have no barriers to work distributively. Then you need something like this cloud infrastructure, a good, really, because we are working with big data, really big data. You are not able to work with this on your local laptop or local hard disk. So it's not so easy to implement such a cloud-based infrastructure, not only to access data, but also to access something like high-performance computing service. So in that case, this distributed version is much more efficient from my point of view. But as I can say, some of them then lacks this social contact. So we have to meet each second week or each week at least for 2 hours to be in the same room and work together and discuss something face to face. And that's great. But really, this distributed model for such a problem like data-driven science and innovation, I think it's perfect. You can work with AI experts from US, from Japan, and so on. They don't need to be here. So really, but it depends on the type of research.
All right. Thank you very much. I would like to ask our own audience if you have any questions. Please ask them now, or take advantage of Rado's presence and willingness to share their experience with us. Anyone from our colleagues? Yes? All right. No more questions from the audience. I would like to take advantage of the few minutes left, Rado, and ask you one more question, which I think, now we are projecting our discussion beyond the 8 partner universities of Ulysseus into the broader European research area perspective. So I would like to ask you, what would be, in your opinion, the future of the ERA Hub concept as it is influenced by all these individual university alliances experiences and the ERA hubs emerging from other alliances? So how do you think that influences the future evolution of this ERA hub concept, particularly taking into account all these challenges that we are now facing, in terms of research, education, all these events that are taking now place on the geopolitical stage and all that? So how do you see this joint effort that universities are putting into these partnerships influencing the future life of the ERA Hub concept?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's a difficult question, especially in these days when this generative AI are attacking us in all domains of our lives. And I think European research area will be not different. I can imagine that whole research and innovation ecosystem, and I'm the data scientist, so probably also that's why I have this vision. So the whole research and innovation and education environment will be interconnected by some AI form or tools able to identify a different stage of research or innovation development just in time, really in a second, providing useful knowledge to organization according to their strategy objectives and helping them to procure this innovation directly from this research and innovation ecosystem, directly, how to say, just in time, yeah, to identify the, researchers or different prototypes somewhere hidden in our offices, very useful for their problem, for example. Yeah? So I think this AI will change disruptively this point of view. What is very important, because this translation into the economy and society is the key of research and innovation, and also education. So I think this innovative way of collecting and using data just in time from a research and innovation ecosystem will change everything. But it's for a long discussion, or for example, also for next innovative project proposal we can apply in the next months. On the other hand, I really see stakeholders from the world of practice integrated into the education, which will have also different form against current model. For example, we are combining our students with stakeholders, but not only as learners, but also as students. We are combining our students with employees from organizations, and creating this, I don't know how to call this team, this diverse team. Yeah, it's not only about students. Now students have some connection to the practice directly with some employee who is co-working with the student on the student's project or the problem. And I think this model will change or will be applied in the future, that these borders will disappear, and we have something.
Okay, thank you so much, Rado, for your vision. Well, actually, this is part of our job too. You're right, you know, shaping up the future and shaping it according to our bold vision. So thank you very much for sharing your thoughts and work with us. It's been really great to hear from what you have done in Tuke. And really a big virtual applause for you. And we will give you a big pat on the back when we see each other. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Now, wonderful. Thanks a lot.